Is the mainstream media using English words to make you go fearful or even crazy or petrified? Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show. This is a rant about the English language and how the mainstream media uses words that are so gigantic in definition and scope to describe very teeny tiny things. In this case, the word is massacre, which they use short for mass, right? A mass shooting, massacre. Just for off the top, just for you to know, massacre is on par with genocide. If you're going to talk about a massacre, you're going to talk about obliterating an entire group, sect, section of the population, area, country, entire tribe. That's what we're talking about when we use the word massacre, or mass for short. The definition of massacre has in it that it has to have a very large number of people to be considered a massacre. The mainstream media uses it to evoke fear into the listener, because the listener is thinking millions, and the media actually is talking about 3. Let's go over some of the connotations of words. 1 to 3 people is considered a murder or a murder-suicide. 5 people is considered a killing. That you would say there was a guy, he killed 5 people. 10 people is considered a killing spree. He went on a killing spree. He got on top of a roof and he was on a killing spree. He shot 10 people dead. 20 to 50 people is considered a serial killer. 20 to 50 people. Now, there is some leeway with the serial killer, because if it's one of those ritualistic serial killers, they'll call him a serial killer in just 2 people being killed, because he's doing some sort of ritual and they are looking at patterns. But he's not really a serial killer, he's just a ritualistic killer. Even the police use the wrong English. 100 people is a shooting. There was a shooting down at the mall. There was a shooting down at the mall. It means that the person just was randomly shooting and there were tons of people around. Slaughter is 1,000 to 10,000 people. There was a slaughter. The white troops surrounded the Indian village, the Native American village, and slaughtered everybody in the village. Here's the thing about the word slaughter and a massacre. It cannot be that you are fighting men, adult men. It cannot be that you're fighting adult men. So that's where the whole idea of the Navy Yard was a mass shooting, because the person that they allegedly said went around shooting was shooting guards, armed male guards. So it can't be a massacre or a slaughter or anything like that, because he's shooting armed people. You can't call it a massacre or a slaughter if it's armed people. The only connotation when you're talking about slaughter or massacre is that the people on the other side are children, animals, or young women. Even an adult woman is not considered to have been slaughtered, because a adult woman can pick up a weapon and fight back. And we're talking about on a military base. So a woman on a military base, we are expect her more than likely to be armed in some sort of sort. But in this case, on the military base, it is a no-gun zone, right? So the only people walking around with guns are the powers that be, you know, the people who are the sheeple who are deemed to to be authorized to carry guns. So literally, the only slaughter came about with the policy that nobody could walk around with guns. It's kind of ironic that on a military base you would not have guns. I just think it's funny. I just think it's a dead man's policy. Oh, I can't walk around. I can't walk around in a potentially dangerous place. You know, if we were attacked, they'd probably target the military bases, right? We want to take out the military bases first, right? Because they're going to be the most opposition, right? But no, they don't have guns. Now, so we get to actual massacre. Actual massacre is 500,000 to millions, right? 500,000 to millions is massacre. It is a prolonged engagement over the course of months, years, decades. That's a massacre. We think about the slaves on the slave ship that died by the hundreds of millions on the Middle Passage coming from Africa to the New World. That was a massacre. It depleted the population of Africa. It completely depleted the population. So not only could you not have a thriving culture in Africa, you couldn't have anything in Africa because there just weren't people left in Africa. You know, they leave that out of history books. That is the word massacre. It is a genocide of people. That's the word massacre. For the mainstream media, to go directly to a word massacre automatically evokes fear to the listener, and they know it. There was a mass shooting. There was a massacre at the theater. There was a massacre at the mall. It is just to evoke fear. And ironically, the people with intelligence, the people who are awakened, are going to start then listening to news with one ear closed. So we're not going to pay attention to your stupid words. Oh, she was a hero. Oh, there was a massacre. We're going to listen with one ear closed. So we're going to filter it through and go, oh, there was a soldier. Oh, there was a person who was a fireman. Oh, there was a person who shot people. That's it. And that's all we can really glean from the story, because now news is not factual nor meaningful. It is now entertainment. This has been my rant. Tell me what you think of the mainstream media and their use of words, and the use of the word massacre in particular as describing shootings and killings and murders that occur at high schools, movie theaters, and now Navy shipyards. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.